Greetings from Eger, Hungary, and you are looking at the Basilica here in Eger. And the Basilica here in Eger is actually the second largest church in Magyarország, or Hungary, if you will. And I happen to be just across from the Basilica in the Lyceum, the university, and I'm up at the very top, and I had the opportunity to look out the window and see the Basilica. And I thought, what a better way to start a video of the Basilica here in Eger than to share this view with you from across at the university. And it really is a great view, and hopefully the university is going to, or the Basilica is going to be open, and I can go inside and show that to you here. So let's go see the Basilica here in beautiful Eger, Hungary. To put this into the right perspective, you are looking at the dome where I was just shooting the video of the Basilica. I find myself standing in front of the Basilica looking across over to the building where I was just standing, and I will zoom out and do an about face here and show you the entranceway to the Basilica here in Eger. And there's a rather grand statue that greets you as you approach the front of the building here. This is one of two statues, I should say, that's going to greet you as you approach. Rather a magnificent looking statue there. And the Basilica is open. I was just up inside, so I'm going to bring you along for a tour inside this Baroque Basilica, Baroque Cathedral, second largest cathedral in Hungary. And you can see they've got Christmas trees here waiting to perhaps go inside the church. So I'm going to bring you along just as if you were here walking up the steps yourself. Give you some ideas to just how large this church is. Look at that. All right, let's see if we can't find our way inside. Here's the door. Probably worthy to show you this. Look at the door here. I will actually zoom up and pan down on some of these tiles that you see here. Look at that. Wonderful. I would imagine that there's quite a few Hungarians, not only around the world, but even maybe around Hungary, that enjoy looking at some of these videos. There may very well be Hungarians right here in this very country that have not had the ability to visit Eger. And my videos perhaps give them the opportunity to do so. All right, so let's go and we'll go step inside and show you. I've been in this church once before, and to say it's beautiful is quite the understatement for sure. So let's step inside and show you just how beautiful this church is. And there are not a lot of people in here, so you should be able to give you a really nice tour of the church, starting with this fountain. And this would be the view when you step in. Look at this. Wonderful. I'm just going to take my time and walk you through this church. Look at the ceilings. Wonderful. And then just up over this way you have the organ, which is a story in and by itself, I'm sure. Maybe I'll have a better view of the organ from a little bit further up. Absolutely incredible. I would imagine that Christmas Mass here is really, really something. Just as if you were here looking up yourself. There's a stained glass window. And yet another dome. Look at this. Magnificent. You know, you do these videos and you run out of adjectives. Superb, magnificent, incredible, spectacular. Really something else. Okay. Coming up on the altar. Look at that. They actually have the altar area roped off. There's the painting right up there on the altar. It's beautiful. Relatively new painting over here.
Elnézést kérek.
Hello.
Hát ide nem szabad bejönni.
Okay.
Legyen szíves hát a kordon föl van téve. Legyen szíves kifáradni, jó?
Okay. So I got. So maybe some of you that are Hungarian can understand that I was being scolded. We're going across you see, the things that I do for you people. I'm going and getting myself in trouble like that. And for those of you that might be into angels, give you a nice view of the organ from this perspective. And there's your organ. And somewhere in here, if I'm not mistaken, is a cross. This would be your confessional. If Skip Smith from the Villages was here, this is probably where he'd spend most of his time. In the confessional, I would imagine. Building would probably start shaking if Skip Smith walked into this building. It's a beautiful painting. I would imagine that would be John the Baptist. baptizing Christ. All right. Let's find our way outside. Yet another beautiful painting right here. You can see that. All right, I think I'm going to give you a walk around the outside of the church as well. Just wonderful. Let's go outside. I found my way back outside, and I thought just to take a moment and walk you around the outside of this building. It's one thing to see it from the inside, of course, but to find your way to the outside and walk around the perimeter really gives you an idea as to how big this building is. Look at that. And I'm sure, even having shared what I did with you on the inside, I'm sure that there's probably so much more that I wasn't able to share with you. But nonetheless. So I don't know where I picked up that expression, nonetheless. But I'd imagine that if I had a Hungarian forint for every time I said nonetheless, I could probably have a nice summer home here somewhere in the wine country of northern Hungary. So there you have it, folks. There is your visit to the beautiful Basilica here in Eger, Hungary. Hope you enjoyed the visit.